My mother and I took a journey when I was 13 years old. We were going into Brooklyn to visit an old friend of my mom. When we knocked on the door, I was taken back by the person who opened. The lady wore a headscarf, covered all of her hair, yet her face remained visible. She also wore a long dress that reached down to the floor. It was odd. My mom always wore jeans and a bright tee. This lady was covered head to toe. She welcomed us into her home. My mom introduced me to her friend's children, two older boys and a young girl. The younger girl wore the same attire, a headscarf. I didn't know why they were covered. The only thing that came to my mind was that they could be cold and were trying to be warm. I played with her for a while, but I kept my distance. I was afraid of touching her. I kept wondering why she couldn't just wear a sweater or a long sleeve tee. I grew anxious and decided to hang out with the older kids. When I went into their room, I saw them on their knees. They were positioned head down. It was quiet. I wasn't sure what they were doing. When I attempted to tug on one of their shirts, my mom came in and pulled me out. Her face was bright red. I knew I'd done something wrong. She took a deep breath. She explained to me that I was interrupting their prayers. In her words, it was their time to talk to God. All I could think of is how weird it was to pretend you were sleeping on a rug. She said that they had different ways of understanding God and what He wants us to do. She wanted me to respect them and consider them friends, like she did. Still, I couldn't wrap my head around peculiar dresses and ways of praying until I became friends with a Muslim at work, my friend Asher. Asher introduced me to the cultural values of Islam. For example, the veil. It was a sacred piece of clothing that women wore. In wearing it, women showed pride and devotion to Islam. In other words, it is a way of preserving integrity. This journey helped me challenge my previous notions about Islam, a religion stigmatized throughout recent years. I understood the values of religious clothing like hijabs and their prayers to Allah or God. I'd say that I'm a lot more responsible in understanding and broadening my knowledge about the cultures around me. I'd say this is my way of showing respect to my Muslim friends and to the community.